beautiful city that we live in, and I assess that you are with us tonight with sound minds and open hearts to do what's best and for your glory, Lord God. I assess you be with everyone here and keep them safe as they make the travel step the week and tonight on the way home. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Need a motion to adopt the agenda?
So moved.
Second? Second. I can't second anymore, guys.
Need a second?
Yeah, Leo.
Mike Parsons,
Yes.
Anthony Campbell.
Yes.
Justin Thompson.
Yes.
Leon Kaufman.
Yes.
Pass 4-0.
I think we have all the paper rules. Did you get your email? Situation? Uh-oh.
I make a motion to ratify April 2025 bills.
Second. Go ahead.
Second.
Mike Parsons.
Yes.
Anthony Campbell.
Yes.
Justin Thompson.
Yes.
Leon Kaufman.
Yes.
Pass 4-0.
And the minutes for the April 15th meeting? treasurer's in my opinion. The only thing on the bank signatures, who made the motion? You've got the motion seconded. Did I miss it? Am I missing it? I don't know if we need that part on there for them or not.
It was made by you. Motion
Well,
was
she's got the debit card with my name, but then it says motion seconded by mine.
Yeah.
Is that what, did I make the motion?
Yeah.
We just left it out?
No,
Motion was
you
made by Matt Roberts.
motion is made.
Second.
Did I miss it? See, I told you I probably missed it.
Second one, Maxon College.
Okay. That's what happens when you read it too fast.
Do we have a motion?
No, we need a motion to approve the minutes.
Make a motion to approve the minutes from April 15, 2025.
Second.
Mike Parsons?
Yes.
Anthony Campbell?
Yes.
Justin Thompson?
Yes.
Leonard Cochran?
Yes.
Fast forward.
Okay, so next we have with Forrest View Apartments, Amanda Prem. Okay, you wanna go ahead?
Do you want me to stand up or just where I am?
Wherever you're comfortable.
Well, I have a petition to bring up to you all, and as many residents as I can make contact with signed it. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but we had no parking signs placed all around the perimeter of our property where we have roadway. And they're placed on the sides of our property. I know for 10th Street, there's a concrete curb which would prohibit people from getting sufficiently off the roadway. But on, I think they call it Country Viewing, the gravel road that leads down the side of our apartment complex, there's room on our side to actually pull over into the grass. And unfortunately, I don't know who designed our apartments, but they only made one visitor space. And it is designated as elderly and disabled restricted only, so that means everybody that lives there falls into that category, and most of those people have caregivers. And so we have issues with parking because of that. We can't extend the parking lot because of drainage issues. There's not a good way to extend it past where it is. And so we're just requesting that they remove the no parking signs along that gravel drive to allow us to park in the grass of our own area so that we can accommodate some more caregivers, because we have tenants who are coming home and unable to park in their own space because of other people parking. But we don't want to move to towing non-tenants, because I don't ever want to deny somebody with a disability or that's elderly, you know, their caregiver or health nurse, whatever it might be. But we are severely restricted in ways we can offer additional parking for those people if we can't park along the side there.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if you could just put some gravel and extend the parking lot there in the back.
Unfortunately, there's drainage that comes out from underneath the parking lot. It goes down, and the parking lot itself is on a hill, and so it drains out down there, so it stays a swamp in that lower level. And we've talked to some people about the potential to try to do that, but the amount of groundwork it would take and the amount of time and money that it would take is completely prohibitive, because they would have to tear up the drainage that exists and try to reroute it, and there's not really anywhere else to go without that flooding somebody else in turn.
So you're just asking the council to remove the no parking signs, just on
Yeah.
that trip?
Yeah, if we could just have there's a space, I'm not sure how familiar you are with that area, but as you come down that gravel road, the Country View, you turn left into the parking lot, there's enough room at the end of our lot to pull a car in right there, and they placed a no parking sign there. And then when you're coming back out, if you pull out of the parking lot and turn right and head towards 10th Street, there's enough room to have, I would say, at least everything but the driver's side tire, at very minimum, probably all of it, in the grass if we were allowed to park there again. And historically, that's what they had done up until they had placed those signs. Nobody came and talked to us about a parking issue, so to be perfectly honest, I have no idea why they were placed around our property, and it seems to be the only one on that street that I've seen that has parking signs around it, so I'm not 100% sure on the reasoning behind it even. It's my understanding that that Country View Lane or whatever is like a driveway to somebody. And I don't spend a ton of time here, but in the time that I've been here, I mean, it seems like it's plenty wide enough for two people to pass, and the amount of traffic coming in and out doesn't seem so great that we couldn't wait a moment or two for somebody pulling out. It's only, you know, maybe 4 or 5 car lengths maximum from our parking lot to the road anyway. And if we need to put up something that tells people how far out they can park or anything of that nature, I'm completely amenable to that. We're just trying to find a solution that keeps those people being able to have their caregivers and also being able to park in
So
their own lot.
what's the easement for country, like how wide is the city's, or do you know, Nate?
I believe around those 15 feet in the center of the road.
Okay. Well, I think the no parking signs, maybe the road is getting blocked, or,
Nobody ever discussed anything with us. I've heard some not so favorable rumors, but I have no idea if there's any validity to that. And like I said, it seems to me that's the only section targeted, so I'm not sure if the person behind us maybe had an issue where they felt like they couldn't get up and down, or exactly what happened there. For the first several years that I worked here, we had no signs, and then I came in one day and we did. So I have no idea what the justification was or what the issue was. And like I said, if we need to designate something or tell people you have to make sure you're this far off the road or whatever, I'm more than happy to do that. If there's a way that we could utilize that area alongside the road to try to help give caregiver parking, that would be amazing.
because I think when I went by, it's all like grass and stuff, so my concern would be like, if there would be any gravel there.
And
That's why I was asking how much is city and how much is, because that, the other side would be a private citizen,
right.
so I don't know how much we can encroach if we move those signs. I don't know, what do you guys think?
Move them on like from Nathan, Wesley, go look and see if there's any issues. Can you do that?
It is an odd location for no parking signs.
I mean, that's kind of what I thought, but I was like, well, I mean, maybe there's a reason. I wasn't told about it, so.
Do we know what the reason they were originally put up for?
No.
Pretty wide, because my grandma used to live right there in an apartment that is literally facing that road. I don't understand why there would be any right there. She literally lived on the one in the corner that faces that road, and I don't understand why there would be signs.
I don't think that's 40. I was just told.
Is it?
Part of it is in the city and part of it is not. The rest is county, I'm guessing, or is it a private drive?
Probably.
Okay. So the part that's in the city is ours. Okay.
Maybe the county put them on.
No, I think they put them up. They put them up.
I'm the property manager, the owners actually live out in Colorado.
And the owner doesn't have any, the only thing I wonder is that they requested to get them up because people were tearing their yard up.
No,
There's
we
nothing else
did
there.
not want them, we weren't
They
told,
just got
nobody
thrown.
made any contact with us, we just came in one day and the signs were up. We had had someone parking, there when you turn into the parking lot to the right, we had had somebody pulling up there, and I pulled up the plat map, and it shows to me that our property line basically ends at the tree line. And so they were off the road, off of our parking lot in that designated space with no issue. But after they started parking there, I guess the gentleman who lives back behind us took exception to that for whatever reason, and then shortly after that, the signs appeared. So I'm assuming it had something to do with that. But he never made contact with me, he never made contact with our owner, and we, like I said, as far as I can tell by looking at the plat map, he was parking on our own property in the grass. So I don't know. I don't want to make a problem, but historically, we had never had any complaints that I'm aware of, and it kept everybody able to move and flow without, denying anybody their caregiver space or whatever. And I'm sure if we needed to add some gravel to the side or split costs on that or whatever, we could definitely take that back to the owners. They would be amenable to that. It's just not an option in that low-lying area because that's where all the drainage comes to. And so the young dirt and stuff, and
who directed you to do that?
Administration.
Okay. Should you drive, I mean, can you go over there and see if there's if there's a reason why they were put up?
I don't know. I mean, I can go over there and look. I don't know the exact reason why they were put up. I was just told to put them up. Put one up.
Can you take a look, see if there's an issue if they're taken out?
I mean, there's been no previous complaints or.
And the neighbor was there.
There's only 2 houses down there.
Yeah, I know. I'll probably get a phone call, so. I'll probably get a phone call.
You'll get one.
Probably. But yeah, I don't see a problem taking them down either, but I want to make sure, I want the council to make that decision, so. With me, I don't want to be the dictator, making decisions.
I don't have an
Well,
issue.
she had an idea of moving them back where you don't want them to park, moving them back toward the area where they're not, where you don't need them to park.
Well, I mean, they're literally placed to prohibit anybody from parking. Even that one is on our property, as near as I can tell, looking at the plat map. It's not on the street, which it may be considered as easement. I'm not sure in that situation. But if there's problems or whatever, I mean, please contact us. I'm happy to, we need to put them back up if they're causing an issue. But like I said, nobody ever came to us with a complaint. Nobody talked to us before they went in, and
Yeah. I just say, just make sure that when the people come to visit, or the caregivers, that they know that not to block the road.
yeah, and as far as I know, they weren't. And if you guys ever have a complaint, I'm happy to leave my contact information, and I'd be happy to come up and make contact with whoever that is, and, let them know that that's not acceptable or whatever. But as far as I know, that was not an issue, at least not anything directed to us or, brought to our attention.
Yeah, because it looks like there was a conversation with Tyson before.
Yeah, we had reached out to the mayor before trying to find out information and didn't get anywhere. He did not respond back to my emails. I tried a couple of times and didn't get anything.
I mean, yeah, I don't recommend parking on 10th Street, because it's not, because it has the curves.
Yeah, I was gonna say the concrete curbs, I can see exactly why that's not prohibited, but
Yeah, I mean, you can go ahead and take the ones down. But check and see, because it is city easement, so there might need to be some gravel put in there. So just check that.
thank you.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that very much, very, very much. And so do all those people there that are struggling with parking and their caregivers and their loved ones. And so we appreciate it very much. And truly, if you guys run into any issues or there's a problem, if you'll contact me, I will do my very best to track down who it is and have a conversation and let them know. Or, if it is truly a problem and we need to put them back up, that's completely understandable too. But
Yeah, we've got your phone number on here. Yeah, we are not around during the day, but they are, so one of them will probably give you a call.
okay, thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, so filling the vacancy for the unexpired Ward 2 term. I don't think it hasn't been yet. There's been some interest, but not come forward yet. Yeah, but nobody's come down there now.
No.
So we'll table this one. Hopefully we can do this next week, next month, next week. And 62 is the dependent health insurance. Do we have any questions or comments before we decide if we want to approve this? No? You're good? Okay. Yeah, I need a motion for a first reading.
I make a motion for the first reading, bill number 2025-0062 by title only.
Second.
Mike Parsons.
Yes.
Anthony Campbell.
Yes.
Justin Thompson.
Yes.
Leon Kaufman.
Yes.
Pat Score.
An ordinance authorizing the city to pay a portion of dependent health insurance premiums, setting limit on total annual cost. Read all of it. I need a motion for a second reading.
Motion for second reading, Bill 2025-0062, title only.
Second.
Mike Parsons.
Yep.
Anthony Campbell.
Yes.
Justin Thompson.
Yes.
Leon Kaufman.
Yes.
Pat Score.
An ordinance authorizing the city to pay a portion of dependent health insurance premiums, setting limit on total annual cost. Need a motion to approve.
Make a motion to approve bill number 2025-0062.
Second.
Mike Parsons.
Yes.
Anthony Campbell.
Yes.
Justin Thompson.
Yes.
Leon Kaufman.
Yes.
Pat Score.
63 is for the Axion body cameras. Wesley, do you want to give some input on this, or?
So basically what it is it's a contract for 5 years for state-of-the-art body cameras, which upload to the computers. They're Bluetooth compatible, like they have all kinds of capabilities to them. With the money that we're saving from being out of the league, because county is now paying our league dues, which is the task force basically. We're taking that money and allocating it towards these body cameras, which officer safety, court purposes, like there's a whole list of reasons why we need decent body cameras. We do have some over there, I think they were bought on Amazon, and they're really chintzy, and sometimes they work, sometimes they don't work. But the ones that we are getting now are Axis, they're state-of-the-art, they're the best. It's a 5-year contract, and in 3 years they send us the newest models. And at the end of the contract, we own the newest model of the Axis. They have warranties, and all the things that come with it, as far as what we need for body cams. So I think that, number one, it's educational, not only for other officers and everything, but for the public, that they can kind of see what we go through and deal with. I think there's some things that I feel like people are naive, but then on the other hand, if we go to court, anything said, it'll be recorded, it won't be our word versus their word, so we'll have more convictions, and we'll be able to basically do our job better and be safe for doing it. If anything was to come up, any kind of combative situation or hand-to-hand or anything like that, then there's no question, like, this is exactly what happened. They came to me, they were aggressive, or my officer was aggressive, or whatever the case was. So as far as city liability goes, it's a lot better to have camera on board all the time. We already have policies written up in our policy book about cameras, but the cameras we have are not, they're just junk, to put it bluntly. Some of them have sound, some of them don't. The video quality is horrible, and they're just cheap. They're cheap cameras.
Have you watched some videos that these have recorded? You know what I mean? Like that they have like a little snippet of a.
Yeah, all of your larger police departments, this is what they use. So we know it's admissible. We know the courts will take it. They come with the brackets and everything that will go on our vests, so that way we have them on us all the time, and we just hit the button, and then boom, it's live. So like I said, with it being instantaneous, we're trying to get more, where with these, you've got to kind of plug them in, go through the program and everything. These will basically have a doc, you set it, it downloads into the computer, and it's into your case. So that's really nice for us. But they are high def, like they're top quality. This is the best cameras that are on the market that we've found. As far as toughness, if they fall off your body or whatever, their warranty, they have all the things, but the only thing is it's a 5-year contract, and it is a substantial amount of money. But like I said, we're spending half and the savings from dispatch, because I worked and had to deal with county on our dispatch, and even between hire Jenny and what we have going on, we're still saving money. So I've been pretty fiscally responsible thus far, so.
And that price is for the full 5 years, correct?
That's, yeah, if you look on page 2, that tells you for each year what it costs. So it's $4,300 a year.
Thank you.
And right now, their subscriptions, they have 12,000, I think.
When you got them on, are they on all the time?
Yes, and when you're on duty, your camera's on. That's what the SOP said. So, well, like I said, like when you're on the road, I can't say when you're always, like when you're out on the road, they're on.
Yeah, I mean, if they're on,
There's some stuff in there, you know, that we don't want on camera for sure, so.
I understand. I mean, when you're,
Bad old breaks.
when you're dealing with the public.
Yeah, anytime we're in the public, the cameras see on. But we can
Anything else?
and that's the way the SOP's written
I need a motion for first reading.
Make a motion to read by title only, Bill 2025-0063.
Second.
Mike Parsons?
Yes.
Anthony Campbell?
Yes.
Justin Thompson?
Yes.
Leon Kaufman?
Yes.
Pass 4-0.
An ordinance authorizing the purchase of Axon body camera equipment and services from Axon Enterprises Incorporated for the City of Dixon Police Department. Need a motion for a second reading?
Make a motion for second reading, Bill 2025-0063 by title only.
Second.
Mike Parsons?
Yes.
Anthony Campbell?
Yes.
Justin Thompson?
Yes.
Leon Kaufman?
Yes.
Pass 4-0.
An ordinance authorizing the purchase of Axon body camera equipment and services from Axon Enterprises Incorporated for the City of Dixon Police Department. I need a motion to approve.
I make a motion to approve bill number 2025-0063.
Second.
Mike Parsons?
Yes.
Anthony Campbell?
Yes.
Justin Thompson?
Yes.
Leon Kaufman?
Yes.
Pass 4-0.
So then the next three are just kind of some stuff we have to do every year. So the first one is for reappointing Chief Wilfong. I need a motion for first reading.
Motion for first reading, Bill 2025-0064 title only.
Second.
Mike Parsons?
Yes.
Anthony Campbell?
Yes.
Justin Thompson?
Yes.
Leon Kaufman?
Yes.
Pass 4-0.
An ordinance appointing Wesley Wilfong as Chief of Police for the City of Dixon, Missouri. Need a motion for a second?
I make a motion for second reading of bill number 2025-0064 by title only.
Second.
Mike Parsons?
Yes.
Anthony Campbell?
Yes.
Justin Thompson?
Yes.
Leon Kaufman?
Yes.
Pass 4-0.
An ordinance appointing Wesley Wilfong as Chief of Police for the City of Dixon, Missouri. Need a motion to approve.
Motion to approve bill 2025-0064.
Second.
Mike Parsons?
Yes.
Anthony Campbell?
Yes.
Justin Thompson?
Yes.
Leon Kaufman?
Yes.
Pass 4-0.
Go ahead. This is for Avery.
Make a motion, the first reading of bill number 2025-0065 by title only.
Second.
Mike Parsons?
Yes.
Anthony Campbell?
Yes.
Justin Thompson?
Yes.
Leon Kaufman?
Yes.
Pass 4-0.
An ordinance appointing Avery Medley as City Collector for the City of Dixon, Missouri. Need a motion for a second?
Make a motion for a second reading, title only, for Bill 2025-0065.
Second.
Mike Parsons?
Yes.
Anthony Campbell?
Yes.
Justin Thompson?
Yes.
Leon Kaufman?
Yes.
Pass 4-0.
An ordinance appointing Avery Medley as City Collector for the City of Dixon, Missouri. Motion to approve.
Make a motion to approve bill number 2025-0065.
Second.
Mike Parsons?
Yes.
Anthony Campbell?
Yes.
Justin Thompson?
Yes.
Leon Kaufman?
Yes.
Pass 4-0.
And then the last one is for Ms. Carrie Williamson as the city attorney. Well, maintenance one. I don't know, you might have proof of this one.
Make a motion for first reading of Bill 2025-0066, title only.
Second.
Mike Parsons?
Yes.
Anthony Campbell?
Yes.
Justin Thompson?
Yes.
Diana Cochran?
Yes.
That's four.
An ordinance reappointing Harry Williamson as city attorney and city prosecutor. Motion for a second.
Go ahead. I'll make a motion for second reading of bill number 2025-0066 by title only.
Second.
Mike Parsons?
Yes.
Anthony Campbell?
Yes.
Justin Thompson?
Yes.
Diana Cochran?
Yes.
That's four.
An ordinance reappointing Harry Williamson as city attorney and city prosecutor. Motion to approve.
Make a motion to approve Bill 2025-0066.
Second.
Mike Parsons?
Yes.
Anthony Campbell?
Yes.
Justin Thompson?
Yes.
Diana Cochran?
Yes.
That's four.
Yeah, the 67 is for the outdoor warning consulting for our sirens. Chief, you wanna, I haven't looked at this one much. I know you and Jenny been working on this one quite a bit.
Okay, I don't have
Is it a
that.
new siren, or is it
Yeah. So basically what they're saying is they're going to take what we have and use what we have. But right now we have one old one that you have to drive through a tornado to get to set the siren off
in the middle of town?
in the middle of town. So it's not real efficient. The new one that we bought up there had some motherboard fried or something, and so it's gonna need some love also. But he's thinking that he can take parts from this one, add on, do what he can. I don't know if we can get both of them working, but the new one should cover the whole town. The siren is so big. But the,
Because that was the problem, the one at the old fire, well, the maintenance. I can't even hear it in my house.
I can't hear it in my house, and I live on that side of town. So, I mean, it's really,
You can barely hear with the library on there.
and you've got to literally drive through the tornado to go punch a code in and then flip a switch in order
Is
to
there any way to get it already?
Well, that's what this is. This bid is what it's gonna do. I've already contacted ComCenter, and go through county. So that way when we have a tornado warning in the area per the National Weather Service, they can activate it from ComCenter, and they test it once a month, and that's gonna cost us nothing as far as the city with them running the frequency.
Yeah.
We had to get a new frequency, which we've already done. And the price that we have here is pretty expensive, but this is also a very worst case scenario. Is it on here? Yeah.
And the 73.99.
Yes, he said that's worst case scenario. So I'm hoping there's some parts, there's some things he can use in order to get it working.
And then the third, what is the third?
But I don't know about the location. I don't know if he's planning on taking that one and bringing it down here, or if he's gonna take these parts and bring them up there. I don't,
That one's at the high school, right?
right behind the fire department, which that's the highest point in town, and it's facing this away. So he said that it should cover the whole town, that this siren should cover the whole town. I would like for both of them to work, just because then we would have two for sure, and even if we put one somewhere else, or I don't know how it's gonna work for sure. But I do know it works off radio waves, and ComCenter is gonna do it for nothing. You just have to be able to supply it to get it done, because right now we don't have
You
any,
don't have anything?
nothing.
So this is just to fix, maybe this one, not the maintenance shed, and the one by the fire.
Well, this is to get the big speaker box, the big horns working for ComCenter to be able to run it.
And that's up to the high school parking lot, right?
That's the one at the high school parking lot. Well, like I said, I don't know if he's planning on moving it to central location, or if he's gonna leave it up there facing this direction towards town.
I'll leave it there, maybe we can work for
tracks one time.
Well, I can say, I know when I worked in Raleigh, I was right beside Cyrus there on Kings Highway.
Yeah,
And when it went off for the test, it was so loud.
yeah,
I'm never gonna hear, this is insane.
yeah,
But I was in the hospital when they had the last one visiting,
yeah,
and you could barely hear it, like,
yeah,
when it come around.
yeah.
So that means
Yeah,
they got to be super loud.
it is really, really loud. I mean, you gotta imagine, you got hail most of the time, and then the winds and all the things, and sirens from other vehicles. And, I mean, it's chaos for sure, but we're kind of sitting ducks right now. So these people are, number one, they've been responsive. They actually maintained and worked on this siren that we bought when it was in the other place in Weatherby, Missouri. So they actually,
So they know.
they're familiar with it. So they know what it is, how to get it fixed, how to get everything we need. And like I said, this is worst case scenario price, which honestly, I feel like, I was scared it was gonna be way more than this.
Yeah. Now, Kelly, did we use any ARPA funds for the siren? No? Okay. I don't know, I had it in mind that we talked about it, I think, but I don't think we did.
When we purchased the siren,
Yeah.
well, it was only $500, we got it on Facebook Marketplace.
Oh.
I don't have to go out there.
That's awesome. Anyway, it's, okay.
So we need to get it right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of important.
They had a grant up there, but all the counties up there not doing a siren, so,
So that's how we got this one.
yeah.
But I do think it's gonna be a way better. Well, it's better than we have now.
Oh,
It's a big siren.
Yeah.
It'll work if once we get it up.
Once we get it going.
And we can't buy a new siren for them.
No,
They're very.
no, they're really
Oh,
expensive.
yeah. We looked into it when we first started. It was crazy. And that
So-
was 6 years ago.
It looks like with the, and I don't, but it's the $73.99, and then the county requesting the program for the UPH or the UHF frequency, that's gonna be the 39, so it's gonna be around 10 grand, is what it's gonna be, for the whole kit and caboodle. Like I said, we've already got the frequency and everything, but we gotta get the equipment for that. So, for the siren, to get it up operational and going is the $73.99, and then the frequency, the wireless stuff, is what's gonna be the $39.20. So,
But then they turn it on and test it, and it just doesn't cost anything after that.
and then it's out of our hands. They take care of it, and they're responsible, not an employee of the city or firefighter or chief of police out there. I told them, I said, if you make me do it every time the wind blows, I'm upset at all. Like, I'm not being responsible, be the one that let the town blow away. Like, I'm not doing it.
Going through there.
That's it, game over, yeah. The wind blows right on top of the grass over there, I'm setting off, so.
Okay.
Okay, so what do you guys think? Discussion. Oh, yeah. I mean, that's something that has to work. Yeah, I know we have the text messaging, but it doesn't always, I didn't get anything from them last time.
This all started because there was an issue that people can't
Yeah,
hear
but
that
we're
one.
ready to fix it.
I mean, we had complaints because people can't hear the one that's over there. It's been an issue.
Hey, Chief, how well does this company stand behind their work?
I don't know the answer to that, right off the top of my head, but it's a reputable company. And like I said, they're the ones that maintained it and took care of it when it was up north. So, this guy, like, for him to be able to, like, oh yeah, this is our machine. Like, he knew, like, it's not like it's a fly-by-nighters or anything like that. Yeah, he knew all that. So, I mean, it's their machine. We just happened to, it was just a coincidence that we called them to come look at this. Because we didn't even know, we were just trying to find somebody to help us figure something out, because I'm completely ignorant when it comes to that stuff.
Checks for former too.
Yeah, blue something or another, blue sky or blue, I don't know, we called several more, we couldn't get them to come out, they were basically going to sell us a new system, and when I told them we already had stuff, they were like, we're out. So, that's the way I
Yeah, we have to do it the same way. All the ordinances have been put up, so we just have to do title only.
Okay. I'll make a motion for first reading of bill number 2025-0067 by title only.
Second.
Mike Parsons?
Yes.
Anthony Campbell?
Yes.
Justin Thompson?
Yes.
Leon Kaufman?
Yes.
Pass 4-0.
An ordinance approving a proposal from Outdoor Warning Consulting LLC for the repair of a Wheelan OA2 outdoor warning siren and programming of siren for county activation. Motion for a second.
Make a motion for second reading, 2025-0067, title only.
Second.
Mike Parsons?
Yes.
Anthony Campbell?
Yes.
Justin Thompson?
Yes.
Leon Kaufman?
Yes.
Pass 4-0.
An ordinance approving a proposal from Outdoor Warning Consulting LLC for the repair of a Wheelan OA2 outdoor warning siren and programming of siren for county activation. Motion to approve.
Make a motion to approve bill 2025-0067.
Second.
Mike Parsons?
Yes.
Anthony Campbell?
Yes.
Justin Thompson?
Yes.
Leon Kaufman?
Yes.
Pass 4-0.
That's quite a few. So, pest control services. Think the, are bids attached? Yes. We have 3 bids. The ordinance will cover whichever bid you select, and this is for the full year.
Who we used in the past?
I don't know who we've used
No idea.
here. They used somebody at the other one, but I don't remember who that was. Do you remember?
I used to show me best at the library before, you know.
Well, I think on here, Blank will cover, they have to put their bid in for City Hall, the police station, and the library. And then Steve's has 2, just the 2.
All 3.
It's all 3 also.
All three, you've got to separate.
Okay. And then the other one, the Ozark, is that also all 3? Okay. They just didn't have them listed, so I wasn't sure.
Are they all ordered? Because the pump doesn't say quarterly. Which,
His does, at the,
I will tell you guys that.
Then he's gonna do it quarterly?
yeah, at the top of his column, it says quarterly treatment price.
Oh, okay. I'm talking pricing, the first. And the whole chart. I didn't see that either, but I assume it was gonna be that price each time you wanted to do it. Yeah. Sorry. Is that too? Here. Alright, okay, what was you gonna say?
That Plank is a supporter of the DUI ban. He did donate, he did match 28 shots of donation to the DUI ban. If that matters to anybody.
Is he in town?
No, he's saying wrong.
Oh, okay, I'm wrong. I was gonna say, I didn't think we had a pest control service in town.
Plank and Steve both have business licenses here.
In town.
We did try to get Show Me to come on a few occasions, and they didn't show up, so we reached out to Ozark. We just Googled another pest control to get through it.
I don't know, it's up to you. Same thing, which one we can discuss, I think, which one we pick. We'll fill that in, and then we read the ordinance. Do the first, second, and
Oh, read the company and the ordinance. We're gonna have to say what they do with it.
yes.
Yeah, low, so.
No, we just agreed to which one we want, and then
Section 2.
once we read the first and the second one, that's the one we'll fill in, right?
Oh, section, yeah.
Yes.
Section 2.
Choose your adventure. I had Carrie set up that way, because I didn't want to discuss the bids and then come back next month for an ordinance, because I think the bugs are driving the girls crazy. Got a few complaints about it.
Do you girls have friends in your offices or?
Randomly.
Okay.
Yeah. Put up a little terrarium.
I said we go with
Start-
exhibit A.
start
That's,
doing
I think it's today.
Big exhibit A.
We chased them all over.
Is everyone good with exhibit A?
We're still doing that.
Oh, you're still mathing?
Yeah, I'm exhibit A.
All right, thank you, Chair. But I don't know, I kind of look at it, I couldn't tell. I was sort of looking at what all they cover. It's almost 4 hours. This one, his isn't saying. I'm thinking, I've got, no, over.
I don't see.
The only thing you got, Dixon City.
Well, that's what she said, the bid is for all three. She got bids, she made sure to get that. They gave her bid for all three locations. Even though I said the same thing.
It is a, I'm not even, through here, but it's not a correct bid, then. You can't pay this bid.
Because then
It does not, it doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't specify, if we could go yes to this one, and then he goes to all it says is the city hall.
No, we can't accept that bid.
Those aren't going to come here, so.
He just sent someone.
He said $60 a month. Quarterly.
Yeah, I mean, I'm good with looking at all of them, it's just,
No,
team come back and
I mean, that's, we asked for a bid and that's what we got sent.
you gotta follow the.
If we did that, we did an email and say it was $60 per drawing.
Is that right?
I do want. There's contracts. If you have it in writing.
That was in his email. That's what she's checking. So I do have Alan's phone.
And it seems, yeah, sometimes too good to be true. Yeah, I mean, depends on your education.
Yeah, I said the same thing. Just didn't say
And unfortunately, push comes to shove, we don't have language.
Well, I mean, we just did here and didn't do the other.
I can put the bid in, I'm not saying it's bad, but I'm just saying it's something.
They have windows. The other guys came.
The others, they say what they're doing. That's what you get it.
Very good report. If we were ready, we should be like,
He uses it for his houses.
No, Mike is fine, Mike. That's right, yeah, no, after seeing that the other bid doesn't have anything specified, I agree.
What do you need? A motion to read by title only?
yeah.
Yeah, so we're selecting exhibit A.
Then I'll make a motion for the first reading of bill number 2025-0068.
Second.
My first.
Yes.
Yes.
Justin Thompson.
Yes.
Leanna Copeland.
Yes.
Alice Morrow.
Thank you. ordinance selecting and approving a pest control services agreement.
And just to clarify,
Okay, guys, hey, sorry, I can't hear.
Exhibit A.
Yes, exhibit A.
It's almost like you guys need microphones or something. That I've been suggesting for like this.
Sound was.
Three minutes to rest. Okay, second reading.
I make a motion for a second reading of Bill 2025-0068 by title only.
Second.
Mike Parsons,
Yes.
Anthony Campbell.
Yes.
Justin Thompson.
Yes.
Leon Kaufman.
Yes.
Pass 4-0.
An ordinance selecting and approving a pest control services agreement. Make a motion to approve.
I make a motion to approve bill number 2025-0068.
Second.
Mike Parsons.
Yes.
Anthony Campbell.
Yes.
Justin Thompson.
Yes.
Leon Kaufman.
Yes.
Pass 4-0.
Okay, so the appoint an office of emergency management is for the county. Right now, we have, I guess, did you get a chance to talk to him?
Hector?
Hector, yeah.
Yeah, I talked to him
Is
a
it
lot.
still, it's not still Durbin, right?
Right.
Okay, has he, are we selecting you for that?
I've kind of been nominated for that, yeah.
Okay. Do we need to make it official, and does the council need to nominate you, or?
I mean, I'm assuming.
Okay.
I mean, I had this conversation with Kelly, if it's basically just, you're the point of contact for your area.
Right.
Yeah, for Dixon, for the city of
You
Dixon.
can do that by motion, there's no need to do it in writing. but
Okay.
Make a motion.
Alright. We'll need a motion appointing Chief Wolfall as the emergency manager for Pulaski County,
Dixon.
for Dixon, sorry. For the Pulaski County office.
That is Hector. In fact, Hector.
Corrected that one, I know.
You guys got a pay raise.
Yeah.
You're gonna try to do
We're
that.
gonna do that.
Even though I messed
We're gonna make a motion to appoint Chief Wolfong as Pulaski County Office of Emergency Management Liaison for the city of Dixon. Hey,
Second. Yeah.
Mike Parsons.
yes.
Anthony Campbell.
Yes.
Justin Thompson.
Yes.
Leon Kaufman.
Yes.
Pass 4-0.
I believe, do we need to wait for him to come back? I can't remember.
I don't think we have to make any motions on that community development block grant, do we?
No, I think
Certainly able to do
and we have a meeting with her
Friday.
I think this was to put out there that if anybody wanted to participate, they could volunteer. It wasn't strictly just abatements that were getting, they were gonna be a part of this.
Well, we have to do a public hearing on that.
Yeah.
But
I
we
would put it out
can't do
there.
anything with that until we meet with her and get the process going, because that's a step in the process. So no, we can't do that yet. But-
No, but this is just to let everybody know we're starting that process.
Yeah.
So, and this is the development block grant is to tear down the old dilapidated houses in town. It's a grant to help with that. So, that was just more of an information piece to get out to everybody.
It's basically to help unify the town via tearing down eyesores, basically.
Getting some more livable houses in town. Barb, you got any houses? You wanna tear down?
No.
Cheap. It's like $500. Cheap.
Yeah.
It's cheap, it's a good deal.
Right now, I don't have any on the area.
You got one on my street, you can tear it down.
Ellen,
Yeah?
I'm not tearing back today.
What?
No.
Okay. We'll move on.
We gotta paint it.
I pulled the mic and I picked on Barb. Okay, so generators. We purchased generators with ARPA funds for City Hall and the PD. And I think you can do most of it, right?
I can do everything but the transfer switch. So, I mean, it's whatever you guys want to do. You can have somebody come in and do the whole thing, or you have somebody just do the transfer switch and we do everything else, or, I mean, it's up to you guys.
So it's up to you. Do you want to do that? You want to have them do the part they can't do, or put out bids and just have somebody do the whole thing? Because we talked to Gas Sage, and they won't do it, because they're concerned if there's something needs warranty, right? They can't, if they come in and do it, they're done.
Kelly talked to me.
Craig Rivera came and spoke with me. He said that because of the type of generators they are, that it's not there, that we would have to do a transfer switch, or I don't understand at all. But he said we would have to get an outside electrician or something to do it. His concern was, just maybe his suggestion maybe was, and it's up to us, but that maybe we would want an electrician to do it, or someone that's certified to do it in case there was like a warranty on the generators, or just because we're hooking up our buildings with our, you know, our stuff, that someone that's a certified electrician to do it, I guess, in case something were to happen.
Well, like the prep work, the concrete and all that stuff you guys do.
Yeah, our capabilities, we can do the concrete floor, we can do the propane, we can do the electric lines, do all that. The transfer switch is what we'll
What you
need.
need help with. So I guess my question is, do you want to put that out for bid? Or do you want to try to just contact like local electricians and get a bid? How do you want to do that?
So I've contacted one person, I can contact 2 more people. They said they do, is $1,200 per generator.
Okay. For the one that you talked to? So they'll have to provide a written.
Right.
Okay. Is everyone all right with that? So we can get these hooked up and get them on the.
Put yourself in
case we need them. The boxes are.
Because we have to restart our computers every day. It's like every night we have a power outage, it's unsure.
Yeah, I get a power switch too, I don't know what's going
I
on.
don't even,
Here recently, we have also.
yeah. I mean, it's a whole ordeal over there. We've got all those programs we have to reopen every single time. It's making me remember my passwords list of the week.
You know, here, just don't put them on a sticky.
That won't.
For heating bids, like, you know, licensed electricians, I think it is.
So go ahead and get 2 more.
Okay. You get it.
Make sure they got a license and insurance.
Who was this last?
Make sure they got a license and insurance.
In the city business sources.
So we need to set a date for the workshop, and this is to amend the budget for this year. We've got, if you notice the revenue sheets that you get, we've got some getting close to being in the negative. We kind of need to bring that up, I want to do that before year end, so. Sometime this month, anybody have any time that they just cannot do it this month?
Last Thursday.
Justin, I look at you,
Last
the
Thursday.
busiest man in town.
Last Thursday, you might.
Well, yeah, that one. we will do
Third
that.
Thursday.
You just pull it right out there.
Hey, Justin's also not available for both of the graduations that happen.
Not tomorrow. So no Friday.
And he can't come on the Tuesday of 8th grade graduation,
When is that? The 20th?
the 20th.
You're doing both graduation? Oh, I thought it was split them. So that week's out. So next week, what's next week look like?
Wednesday or Monday.
I'm free all that week except for Monday.
So Wednesday. Anthony,
I'm doing it.
you'll show if you show. I don't know.
Just
So
remind
the
So
workshop, so for
Wednesday?
new people, I know Leona, you've done this, Justin, we do the workshops. It's not like a meeting and where we are able to discuss things, but it's in the public and open so everybody can be involved.
Wednesday the 14th.
Yeah. Does that work for you?
Yeah.
We'll do that. Next Wednesday. Yeah, I can't do any more this week.
Is that at 6 p.m.?
14. Is 6 all right? Or it's usually what we do. We just leave everything at 6 so we aren't even home. Alright. MML, officials training conference. Is that you?
Just a letter from the MML elected officials training conference is June 12th and 13th in Columbia. That's for,
If anyone wants to attend. The city will pay for that, so if you want to know. The Missouri Municipal League, that's kind of who we go to if we have questions or, you know.
I just want to encourage anybody that hasn't gone to go, because there's an awful lot that I think.
They put out a lot of information.
You know, just can help explain why Carrie says you gotta do X or Y, or why you do things that you do. Yeah. I'm going to my versions.
This year, are you going to that one in June?
I'm going to the MMA.
Oh.
Attorneys Association.
Oh, you could different.
Yeah.
And you just had what?
June 12th and 13th in Columbia.
So when do they need their registration by? You know that? Because I know they usually have a deadline to reserve by. It'll be sometime this month.
I believe it's by the end of the month, but I have to check for sure. I can check.
You're down, you'll be down.
I can send an email or
He said he'd be.
text me if you're interested in knowing, and I can let people know when the deadline is.
City clerk update?
We received an estimate from our insurance on the water damage to City Hall. The estimate totaled $6,185.67. We have a $2,500 deductible. So in your packets up there, you'll see the estimate that they gave us. They did say that they're going to be mailing us a check. So we'll need to discuss what we're going to do about that.
Was that an assessor or bid?
I see something from Empower,
Yeah, I got something from the county.
45070, which I'm sure assuming is the
It's
insurance.
underneath of it.
Is it the Wixer and Clutter? Okay. So make sure I get the right bill there.
They said the water damage doesn't cause damage to vinyl planks, but our flooring is bowing, so I don't really know why that is. That it would be doing that if the water damage didn't do that.
Well, I don't know if it was installed. But it is
Water
5 years old.
We're just gonna say it's installed correct.
Was it glued down when they installed it?
It should have been,
Glue may be breaking down. May not be the vinyl, might be a little breaking down.
because it's a concrete floor underneath.
The problem with this is it's glued down. The trauma marks, when they put the glue down, water could stay in there and potentially mold. So
Right.
if whatever's got wet needs to come off.
So is there padding underneath this?
No.
There
It's
is.
stuck straight to the concrete.
Okay.
When we do it for Learnwood, if water gets on any plank, floor plank, we replace it with it because it could potentially cause mold. So,
I know a remediation guy that deals with mold, he can come in and test all that and stuff, but I'd probably make sure your policy covers it before, because it is pricey.
We should probably have to check, probably check the policy. The floor had started pretty quick after we moved in, and it's just, they kept popping, so.
Right. Right.
It's been that way ever since I've been there. 22.
I submitted the 6-month financial statement to the Dixon pilot. You'll find that on the back of my report, the update here. And then a group of employees from Sparklight, which used to be Cable America, would like to pick up trash along the roads in Dixon city limits on a weekend potentially, or weekends. I advise them to work with Nathan to coordinate. So Nathan is going to reach out to that gentleman. We're having a lot of volunteers, and so that's a good thing, just to help clean up.
Yeah.
And then I had Lily working on some quotes for supplemental retirement options. That's the other thing you'll find in your packet. Their estimates based on 14 full-time employees, which we don't quite have that right now, but we have to have some kind of estimate. And that's 1 401k with or without an employer match, and then 2 forced 57Bs with or without an employer match. So those are for Leon and Justin. We had talked a month or 2 ago about potentially looking at other retirement options for our employees, other than just the loggers that we have, to be more competitive, to attract and then retain our employees.
We can put them on somewhere where we can put them on.
Yeah.
We finished up. Library.
Last month, we did our Easter Bunny visit, and it was very successful. Dewberry Acre brought out a sheep to visit with the kids too. There was over 100 people there, so it was really fun, very busy, but very fun. I think my Easter Bunny disagreed with that wholeheartedly.
He had a good.
But he survived it, so it was okay. I completed all my webinars for the AOA grant. I was worried about, we haven't gotten the check-in yet. I did call ALA today, and it should be here the next few days going. So, we asked for community input on using the grant funds from ALA. For those of you that missed it before, we did get $10,000 from ALA. There are some specifications on what we can and cannot use the funds for, but some of the feedback and suggestions that came in were more large print books, which we did get some more large print books the last round, but that got great feedback, and we'll probably do more of those. Books for children that include activities or puppets with them, things to finish the garden, and books on various topics, including animals, crafting, foraging, and sustainability. All of those things fall into the category of stuff we can use funds for, and we will probably be utilizing funds for those things. Another suggestion, which I'm aware that is a need of the library, is for a private room to be added to the library, which of course $10,000 does not cover that, so we won't be doing that. That barely even cover the concrete to add a room onto the library. So third year in a row for the community-wide yard sales that I've been doing. Signings for, they've been going well. On my report, I have that there's 10 on this, but I actually have 13 now as of this afternoon, which that's really good for this far because usually it's the week of the deadline when everyone signs up. So I'm hoping that it'll be pretty big. And that's also the same thing as like Ray's Sip and Shop at the Old Oak Station, and it's also the same day as the Vintage Summer Stroll. So there'll be a lot going on in town this weekend. So that's all I got.
Chief?
Okay, so we went over a bunch of stuff that I've been working on, obviously, with the tornado sirens and the body cams. We did get our new patches in today. I left them on my desk. I was going to show you all, but I forgot them. So we're officially switched over to county now, dispatch, which is real nice for us. We're still waiting on RSC. He was supposed to have been here last week to program all the radios, but that's our last step. And then we should have radios, full communication with county from now on through mostly. So that saved us a bunch of money, and we still have communication. Probably more appropriate for what we have going on here. But that being said, summertime, we're starting to see an increase, a little more backpackers, starting to see a little more increase and people walking around at night and stuff like that. Feel free to call. If you call the Dixon number, it will transfer to county and they will dispatch us out. If we're dealing with something or whatever, that's what we're doing anyway, so they'll send a county officer out to deal with that as we need it. We do have a full-time officer at night now. We're starting to go out, but he is our now full-time nighttime officer. So he will be here working nights along with me all night long. So if anything suspicious or whatever, feel free to call. I still want to, and I've got to organize it, but I still want to do like a community watch now that it's starting to get warmer weather. We need to have like a city-wide community watch program because we are a small department. We don't have sections and all of that. Like we make our rounds and we see anything that's suspicious, but if we need the community's help to say, hey, I'm seeing this over here or that over there, and there might be something we can do about it immediately, but if nothing else, we can keep an eye on that location or that area and find out, and that's going to help us tremendously. Ring door cams, blink, some kind of string door cams, cover your house up, because they're motion sensitive, they pick things up at night, it's instantaneous. If you walk across my front yard right now, I will see exactly, and be able to talk to you through my doorbell. It's a really good system, they're pretty inexpensive, but that's just something real simple that will knock down a bunch. The more eyes that we have out there, the better chance we are to identifying people that are stealing and out running around during the nights. We did have a couple burglaries this last month, but it's still, numbers are way down. But like I said, it's warming up, so people are starting to get into a little more mischief. And we're definitely using precautions and driving areas and stuff like that. If you see street lights out around your house, go tell them. Tell us, tell somebody, because I want all the lights working, and tell them we want LEDs. Because the brighter the lights, the better chance we are to identify and see people walking around at night. With as many cameras as we can get done in houses, with the brighter lights, all that things, it's to put it in sound a little blunt, it's kind of like cockroaches. They don't want to be seen and they don't like light, especially at night. That's the reason why they run different hours than we do. We're having a huge problem with mentally ill, literally mentally ill people. There's not a good solution. There's just not. The hospital has been, like, I'll have 96 hour and go through all the rigmarole to get them put in the hospital, and within 24 hours they're back out and they're back in town. It's not illegal to be mentally ill or crazy. Like, it's just not. Even though until they do something, then we're reactive, which drives me crazy, but at the end of the day, that's the game we're playing right now. I've tried Compass Health, I've tried all kinds of things with the mentally ill, and called me, I came and ended up apprehending the guy, and he went to the hospital, and I just saw him drive by in a Jeep earlier today, so, with his motorcycle helmet on. So that's what we're dealing with, and it's a lot of it, but with that going on in our community, be vigilant, keep an eye out. If something looks suspicious, it's suspicious. So just call, and we'll be more than happy to run over and take a look at it. We're going to start, and we have started, enforcing the grass. It's getting that time of year, and I understand we're all people, like, I mean, we don't want swamps in our yard and big lawnmower ruts and everything going through our yard, but there's a lot of yards that just haven't been upkept, that we're going to have to get after. In order to get the grass cut and keep it looking nice. The abatements, we've got a list and it's growing every day. So I double checked and went around today and got more, so we have more on the list, and I'll make sure that gets emailed over to you.
Barb, you got your list? I told Wesley, I said, if you miss one, Barb will find it for you.
She's got it.
She's got a list.
I've got it.
On the upside, I did find a 14-year-old runaway today that was been missing for several days from the Mount Vernon area. So that was cool. I got to be a part of that. And we're being super proactive. We're out. I know you don't see us a whole lot, and we do that primarily on purpose. I'm not saying we're hiding, but we're not just hammering traffic on the tracks. We're actually getting into the neighborhoods, finding people that are disrupting people that live here. We're not looking for revenue off of traffic tickets and whatever. We're actually trying to police the area and get the town squared away. And then when that takes place, then we can start worrying about traffic more and stuff like that. So, other than that, I think that's it for me, other than being now the emergency, Pulaski County emergency guy and all the stuff that we already went over. That's it for me. So,
Thank you.
Yes. Nathan?
So we had 43 work orders, completed in April. We did have more outages, we did have one service leak that we repaired. We did also have one sewer backup as well that we got out and got it through. Water loss was at 32% this month. We finished up Hawthorne Alley, installing utilities, water and sewer, and we also did North Pearl Street and finished that. We did have the inspection at the wastewater treatment plant. We're currently waiting on the final report for it. We did file one sanitary sewer overflow due to a rain event, and we had the backfill perimeter inspected. We fixed the fountain, the water fountain at the Lions Club Park, and we raised the basketball goal as well. The Shepherd Park, we poured close to 20 yards of concrete at the low water crossing, so it doesn't wash out anymore. We have to contain the rock in the rock. So, we use a new sweeper attachment to sweep the streets downtown. We're currently trying to get plans to go from Gans Insurance to Century 21, redo that parking area right there.
Where the wet gravel's at,
Yeah.
what we talked about.
Yeah, I thought that weekend, but that's in the plan.
I think that's probably the best, just get it done on the weekend. Because that way we don't disrupt anybody downtown.
Right. And then, the report sent to DNR was April DNR, and then both back to samples passed from all the way.
Carrie, I've got you on my list. Do you have any? I can see her over there. Did you have an update for us?
I already announced it, but I did join the Missouri Municipal Attorney Association under the city of Dixon's. It's an affiliate organization to the in and out, and they have a 2.5-day summer seminar in July, so I'm planning to go to that. Go at the Ozarks, try to soak up as much of the prosecution. Of course, I need some tickets, but anytime, you want to send me some tickets.
Throw some tickets out there.
Anyway, I have some learning to do on that end, but I'm
I'll make sure you have my list.
And, you know, I think some of the things that we've kind of spitballed, you know, I have a certain amount of time in that contract with you guys.
Yeah.
And I am fine with going right up to the 10-hour limit, but I don't want to go over unless you authorize it. So we want to budget my time for what you want more than others. I know one of the things that we're working on, Kelly sent me some purchasing policies, which would be really good for the city to have, a set of guidelines for purchasing. So that, I think that was like a first step, but maybe look at personnel policies and some other things. Then I did have a question, because as I'm learning your city and answering some questions, I do go to the city code. And I think there are areas of the city code that probably could use a little bit of tightening up or work. Do you want me just to send that to Kelly? Do you want me, I mean, for example, we were looking at the chief of police. I went and looked at the ordinance appointing it, so I could, or the code section for appointing the chief of police, so we could do the ordinance to basically just ratify what you'd already done.
Yeah, because I think we talked about like for Avery,
Right.
instead of appointing every year and doing an ordinance every year, maybe have a in perpetuity year where.
Well, that one is, it does do that. Is that for the city collector?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the way that one is worded, it says that it's appointed annually, but it renews automatically, so it's kind of indefinite. I mean, but you know, maybe that might be one to change the wording of that code section if you don't like the way it really reads. But like, for example, I looked at the chief of police code section, and I kept reading, and there's a section that says that all the other officers are appointed, and I'm not sure you really want them.
No.
I think they're employees, not appointed officers. I mean, they're police officers, but they're not.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, that makes me want to know like who they hire and who's.
Right, I mean, that would be
You know,
chief and you
Yeah.
know, working together, but I don't think it needs to come to the board to be approved. So like, that's a code section, I don't think we're doing that. That would be a code section that we just need to repeal. But, you know, I'm not sure, I can just give it to Kelly, but I don't know kind of where you want me to plug in and tell me, you know, let's work on
I
that.
think, yeah, just work with Kelly and then.
And then I think the rest
And
of
if you
what
guys
I,
have any ideas, just throw them out to Kelly.
so, and the rest of what I have, I think is for closed session.
Okay. I think that's all we have. So I need a motion to go into closed session with a 5-minute recess.
I make a motion to go into closed session with a 5-minute recess.